Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets.
What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to turn the beat in at least.
World champions! Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Philly Podcast. This is episode 2 of season 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm forgetting now. 3. Thanks,
episode
Chris.
3.
All right. That's good. And as always, we are brought to you by La Terrain Watches, Back to 99 Productions, themonkeysuncle.net, and of course, CEV Sports Podcast Network, the home of the Philly Podcast and the Hall of Fame Club podcast. So, Chris, we had ourselves a little bit of a football game on Friday night.
Yeah, little they say, listen, no ugly win is a good win or whatever the thing is. I'm okay with it. They won. They got out of that game with no injuries, no scathing. We made it out alive.
Yeah, I mean, it was. You'd like to say it wasn't pretty. It was a sloppy game, but they pulled it through. They got themselves together. I hate the term, that week 1 is just an extension of the preseason, but sadly, that's what it's become when you don't have starting players that play in the preseason anymore. And that is what it is. That's just the way the NFL is now. But, you could see that there were some things that weren't exactly like right. They weren't very polished. But I'll tell you one thing, man, what I liked, that kid, Quinyon Mitchell, he was all over that field, and he's a chirper, man. They looks like they got themselves a real one with that kid.
Hold on. Since you brought it up.
Went after the rookie, Quinyon Mitchell, first round pick out of Toledo.
Not only was Mitchell yapping at him, DeJohn was yapping at him. Like, Barkley got 2 menaces. He got 2 menaces.
Yeah, I mean, you knew what you were going to get with CJ Gardner-Johnson. Everyone knows that he's a chirper. He likes to get under the skin of people. But with like Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, You got 3 guys on that defense now that are going to be getting into the heads of the opposing players. I still wasn't happy with what I saw out of the pass rush. That was one of my concerns. But I did like what I saw out of some of the players on defense. I was happy with it. I was happy with the offense after they got clicking a little bit. And I mean, dude, Saquon, what can I say? Saquon Barkley, man.
I mean, listen, you got the Giants, but he outscored the Giants.
It's insane, isn't it? It's absolutely hysterical. I was like, geez.
Like, look,
look at this guy.
Like, look at this catch.
Hurts, looking the other way. Lofts it. Barkley, end zone, makes the grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was just that was a great catch, great throw. That was one of the throws where Jalen Hurts put the ball where it needed to be, and Barkley went and got it. I mean, that was one of the better Philadelphia Eagle debuts in
since Terrell Owens versus the Eagles versus the Giants when he had 3 touchdowns.
Yep, I was just going to say.
Listen,
so
we need the coaching staff needs to have a talk. Like Kellen Moore needs to say, "Hey, listen." Oh crap! Please be up. Okay, it's watching the Phillies game. Become a check down guy. Become a check down guy. Cool.
Yeah,
you got Saquon Barkley there. Like, there's no reason to take these inappropriate shots, and create your own turnovers.
Oh yeah, exactly. You're right, because there were also some really bad throwing decisions by Jalen Hurts, which I don't know about you, had me scratching my head a little bit. I had a couple people over the house, and we all just looked at each other like, "What the hell did we just see? What did he just do?" And it was like I said. I want to say that
the first interception was a bonehead play. Let's be realistic. The second one, AJ fell down. Realistically, should he have?
Oh, yeah.
Should he have thrown it? No. I mean, I saw why he threw it, but he fell down. But the first one, nah, you get nothing.
What did you think on Barkley's first carry when he slipped? I was like, oh no. I was like, please let it just be the field. I
thought it was the field. There was nothing more. There was nothing to listen. It happens. Like that field. They showed the pictures afterwards, and it was insane. But
excuse me. Oh yeah, it really was. It absolutely was insane. Like, but on both teams too. There was guys slipping all over the place. But I mean that very first carry, I literally just kind of laughed. I was like, oh boy, here we go. The Giants fans must be clapping right now. They must be having a good time with that one.
So I was like looking at their whatchamacallit, like the defense. Bond had 2 sacks and 4 pressures. Ojomo had 2 pressures. Graham had 2 pressures. Sweat had 4 pressures. Jalen Carter had 3 pressures, and he was held 36 times. Like, did it just seem like he was? Oh, you suck. Sorry, I have the Phillies game on, and I thought Turner just hit a walk off. It was foul.
Well, he's going to hit one now.
God, please do. But I feel like Jalen Carter was held all the time.
Yeah, I was getting that feeling also, because he's one of the guys that I want to see. In what now, his third year. I need to see him stepping up. And I said the same thing.
Second year.
So, yeah, that's what I said. Second or third year.
Jordan Davis.
There's so many. Well, whatever. Second, third year. I was right. Second year. So
you were right. But you weren't. I get it.
but see now I just lost my train of thought.
No, you're saying you need to see more out of him.
Yeah, I felt like going into this season, I felt like I needed to see more from him, and I felt like I did because of like the double teams he was getting and the holding against him that wasn't getting called. I felt like I did see it. Like how do I say it? Like either they couldn't hold him, well, not hold him. Either they were afraid he was going to get by him, so they were holding, and it was just getting past the refs, or they were literally afraid of him and they double teamed him.
Yeah.
Which that's telling me that there's something there with him. If he's getting that kind of, I mean, sooner or later they're going to be calling those holds on him against him. They're going to be calling them sooner or later. You can't get away with that all the time.
Yeah. You know who else had a decent game? I'm gonna put up his one play. I feel like he was all over the field, and there's a reason he's not a wide receiver.
Position for the Jets on the edge.
Set up the screen. Oh, it's blown up by Dean. Flag is down. Dean.
Oh, Nakobe Dean. Welcome to the Eagles. Where you been for 2 years?
Yeah, I was going to get into him. I was going to get into Nakobe Dean. I felt he played a very good game, and that hit right there was here I am, guys. I'm healthy. Look out. That's what I took from that hit. I mean, he was
Is
so
he the
good.
Mike? Is he the Mike or is it Nolan Smith?
I think it's Nakobe Dean. I think it's him.
Okay. I feel like
I'm not quite sure.
But
yeah,
I mean, I think like we waited, so hopefully this is something that they can build off of. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And it was like I said, it took them a while to get their mojo going. It took them a while, but plays like that from the Kobe Dean, the plays that we saw from Quinyon Mitchell, we saw the trash talking from him. We saw the trash talking from Cooper DeJean.
I'm really excited about Mitchell. I'm not gonna lie. Like
me too.
Me very happy. He had me very happy. I mean, I know he gave up that one long pass play. Him and CJ Gardner gave up the other one, and Jalen Reed, because he's a rookie. He got caught looking in the backfield. But you know what? Like now it's, woo. He's got me excited.
Yeah, they the youth on that defense and how they stepped up in this game.
Oh, son of a bitch!
What happened? What didn't happen?
I'm gonna drop Harper in his face. He just hit a laser. He should be on second, but I wonder if he hit it so hard, it came back out, or did he watch it? Because that's son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
I just turned it on. He just stood there. He stood there. That's not cool. That's unacceptable, Bryce. I know you're not going to bench him, but shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just watching. I'm like, oh, no, you got to run that one out. You got to run. You got to run. But, yeah, no, I was really happy with the way the younger guys played, man. So it was good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah, and then the big Mr. Reed Blankenship showing up again. Look at this play.
Love floats over the middle, dangerous, picked off. Reed Blankenship.
He had a good game too.
Yeah, he really did. He had a very good game, which I was happy to see that as well. I'm always, I was so happy with the way that defense played. I really was extremely happy.
So, and like I said, they bailed out Jalen Hurts. They And when the offense was clicking, you got to figure they still had 2 interceptions. You had 2 or 3 turnovers. The one turnover, the fumble, I don't know what the hell Jurgens was doing because what's his name? Becton was the guy hitting him. He never hit him, and Jurgens snapped the ball, causing a fumble.
Yeah.
So that's on Jurgens. But let's talk about the game that Mekhi Becton had.
He had a very good game.
He went bananas. He was pushing people all over the place.
Oh yeah, he was having a day. He was having himself a day, and I absolutely loved it.
And then this is one of my favorite plays from,
Hurts. Second down and 7. Hurts with time. Lofts it over the top. Brown's got it. Here goes A.J. Brown. Blinding speed. Brown. Touchdown. 67 yards.
I think they said he hit like 25 miles an hour on that.
Yeah, I believe he did. I believe that's what they said. I was like, I
saw someone post it on Reddit that he's a damn Decepticon. What's he doing on planet Earth?
It's too funny.
So
all right, well,
but yeah, so Eagles walked out with a 34-29 win. Offense obviously clicked late, but they had a 34-29 big game-ending sack with this play right here by Malik Willis, who's got no field presence whatsoever. This play was ridiculous.
Final 3 seconds from Brazil. Willis slips. Willis steps up, goes down. Game ender.
And he slipped. That field was terrible.
What a day.
Yeah.
And anyone who said that Jalen Carter's dirty, like the idiot from New York, Craig Carton, they're like, you're stupid. Like, what are you supposed to do in that? Just let him go? Okay. Now you're out of your mind. But with that, we're going to segue into week 2 because who the Eagles are playing, don't know where he went, but
our guest is having a problem hearing us, so he's restarting.
Okay. But all right, we'll keep talking. So the Eagles, they go to Brazil, they win 34-29. Big win, start out 1-0. While we're waiting for our guest to come on, can we talk about real quick the dumpster fire that is the New York Giants?
Look, I'm excited to see this kid Malik Neighbors play. I really am. He's a hell of a wide receiver, but they got nobody throwing him the football. Nobody at all.
He's so bad. Daniel Jones, terrible. I'm not a Daniel Jones guy, but I have defended him. But he just. And that defense was supposed to be their big thing. And Sam Darnold at one point was 10 for 10. You can't let Sam Darnold be 10 for 10 in a game. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, now we'll segue back into our guest, unless he's like, yep.
He can hear us now. He's good. He's good.
All right. Thumbs up. All right. We got a thumbs up. Now, there's not many fans that I know that are 4 for 4. And by 4 for 4, I'm a 4 for 4. I like the Eagles. I like the Sixers. I like the Flyers, and obviously I like the Phillies. I'm a baseball guy. So our next guest, he's a 4. He might be a 7 for 7 guy. He likes the Atlanta Hawks. He likes the Atlanta Falcons. Eventually, when they get a hockey team back, he'll like them. He loves the Atlanta Braves. He's a big Georgia Bulldogs guy. I'm sure if there's a WNBA team, he'll like them. So I'm going to bring him on. You can give him. You can do the intro.
All right. Well, everyone, welcome to the show. Steve O from the Toe2Toe Sports Podcast. Steve O, good to have you back on, man. How you been?
Hey man, I've been good, man. I've been good. Sports haven't been kind to me. Y'all know the Braves has got injury after injury after injury after injury.
Dude, at this point, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, it's just comical. Like, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No, it really is for real though.
Like a new, it's like you're waiting for a new injury. Like you guys signed Whit Merrifield after we cut him, and then the next play or the next day he gets hurt.
Can't make it up, man. Austin Riley gets hurt. Ozzie Albies can't stay healthy. It started with Spencer Strider and then Ronald Acuna, man. It's just been hit after hit. But miraculously, we're still in the wild card race. So we'll see. I don't know if it's worth it, but you know, they say pitching wins the pennant race. Do we have the pitcher or the horses that could do it? Possibly. You still got Max Fried. Lopez has been amazing this season. I don't know if Charlie Morton is in my 3-man rotation, but I guess I'd rather take the
He's in there by default.
No, man, give me the rookie Swassenbach. I can't even pronounce his name, sorry. But give me the rookie. Yeah, give me the rookie, man. Give me the rookie. No. Give me the rookie. But yeah, man, it's been an interesting season. We lost today, man. I was just watching the game. Can't score a damn run. Offense is hot, cold. Matt Olson doing a bunch of nothing. Ozuna's pretty much playing by himself. So we'll see, man. You know, y'all know how baseball is. You got to be hot at the right time. So
that is true.
Yes. Phillies walked it off.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just saw it right now. Bryce Harper scored on the single by who was that?
Cody Clemens. Roger's son.
Again.
So it's like y'all get them timely hits, man. Y'all get the hits right when you need it. 2 outs.
Yeah, but you got to. Yeah, but this game went to extra innings because Rojas leaped over to steal a home run and the ball just popped out on his way down the side. Man. So no, it happens. But yeah, I mean, so we're here to talk some Atlanta Falcons and woo! Like,
listen, if the game Sunday and the game last Thursday are any remnants of what we're going to see next Monday, Jalen Carter probably will have 8 sacks. I'm just being real. Like, seriously, I don't know if Cousins is still hurt. I don't know if Cousins is – it really looked like we were out there for the first series of a preseason game, the whole game. You know what I mean? So, no, it was bad, man. The offense really – I mean, we had like 1 or 2 drives that they kind of put together but couldn't really finish them. The one drive that they did finish with a touchdown, Kyle Pitts was wide open on a blown coverage. I just don't see the offensive line being able to hold up against Philadelphia. So I hope I'm wrong.
So that was like what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about the defense and like everyone who had the pressures. And I think Jalen Carter, he had like 4 or 5 pressures, and I think he was held 36 times. Like, it was bad. It was, and they weren't even calling it. Like, they were like, nah.
I feel like they kind of felt sorry for Bryce Young in Green Bay after a while, man, because y'all put a pretty good beating on that kid for real, man. You probably ruined the season. The season's probably over, just to be honest with you.
I mean, they said 6 weeks, but the way his knee popped,
man,
like it's, and I don't know, man. Like Kirk Cousins did not look good.
He didn't. He really didn't. He looked like he hadn't played in a year and a half, for real, seriously. And it's not even the fact of just talking about decision making, but just like you said, just looking comfortable. And you kept him in pistol formation for 96% of your offensive plays. I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers tonight. Aaron Rodgers has been on the center. He been shotgun. Like, I'm not understanding what the offensive game plan was. I'm not sure if they didn't think Philadelphia. I mean, and we held, don't get me wrong, defense did its job. We held Justin Fields to 6 field goals and lost? That's tough.
Oh, God, was it? Oh, that's right, because Boswell and he had the punt.
Man, Boswell went crazy.
Oh, imagine having him in fantasy football.
I wish it right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Might as well have a hell of a day.
So here's my thing. Like in fantasy football, I have Pitts, I got Bijan Robinson, who was I took him in the first round, and I got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson.
Kirk? Oh no.
Dude, I drafted Kirk Cousins in like the 17th round. I forgot he was still there. He was the player I took before I took I got CJ Stroud and I got Tua.
Oh, well, there you go.
So like, he was the guy I took. I forgot he was there, and I took him before my kicker and my defense. So, but BJ Robinson touched the ball 23 times. Do you think it should have been more, or was the up? Because he had 18 carries, and he must have had.
I really think that's a good number of touches for him, maybe a little bit more. But at the same time, if your offensive line is not going to block J.J. Watt, I mean, it don't matter how many times you give him the ball. J.J. Watt was clearly like he was unblocked, and then after the game, he said after the first series, he watched the film and he picked up on the timing of the snap count because of the center dropping his head. As soon as the center dropped his head, he was taken off to the quarterback. So
didn't Pittsburgh drop like 2 interceptions?
Yeah,
or one,
two.
They did.
Two were called back. Like that's. I thought
it looked
Atlanta
like a preseason game, man. It looked like a preseason game. I'm not a fan of not playing your players in the preseason. I'm just not. This is not me. You don't get the timing right. I mean, I know you have these joint practices and these simulated practices, but quarterbacks aren't taking hits. Quarterbacks aren't being touched. So you imagine Kirk Cousins hasn't been hit in over probably a year and a half now since he had his injury or something like that. Yeah, man. You can't go into a game not against Pittsburgh, who's played their starters every preseason game. And those guys are ready to go. They're in week 4, and basically coming out of training camp.
Right, and 2 hours before kickoff, they announced Justin Fields was starting, which is crazy.
I was cool with that because I know his limitations. Now, George Pickens made him look a lot better than he really was yesterday. Don't get me wrong. George Pickens was catching everything. Like I don't know.
They called him on an offensive pass interference call. He barely didn't even touch the guy.
I seen a little extension of the arm. That's just my.
Oh, get out of here.
And his arms extend a little bit. You know what I mean? I was looking for a flag myself, but no, seriously. The defense did this job. I have no inklings about the defense. The defense was able to keep them out of the end zone. I think our D-line and our 2 safeties on the back end are probably our best defensive players or best defensive positions with the D-line and the safety group. If you can make Hurts hold the ball just a little bit, you might have.
So here, I'm gonna play I'm gonna show a clip from that last Friday's game, and I want you to tell me what you think of this guy.
Went after the rookie, Quinyon Mitchell, first round pick out of Toledo.
He's a hell of a player.
You're a college guy. I know this.
Yeah, hell of a kid, bro. He can ball. Even at Toledo, man. I know a lot of times people want to talk about the competition and the people he played with. But if you can dominate your conference the way he did, like shutting down half the field, I think you can play. And I think he definitely proven he can play. He was going up against Green Bay's wide receivers, which are okay, cool. I think if Drake London's on Green Bay's team, he's probably the number 1 option. But again, can Atlanta – it's all a system. Can you hold up in the front side against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis to give Kirk Cousins time to even sit back there to do anything? That's the problem. I don't really see the cornerback. If anything, if there's a weakness for Philadelphia, it is your defensive backs. That's my opinion. And your linebacker.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't. Yeah, a linebacker could be anything. We don't know what we get with linebackers. I'm gonna tell you right now. Who's gonna expose the Eagles' defense? It's gonna be Kyle Pitts. I'm calling it right now.
I can see it. Him and Kirk are very comfortable, but again, I just don't think Kirk had the ability or the chance to really get in rhythm that game, and then the offensive play calling didn't help him. And if you're just gonna leave T.J. Watt over there by yourself, 1-on-1 on the island with Caleb McGarry, then I mean, you got what you expected. If you leave T.J. Watt on the island with anybody by himself, I don't think that's a good game plan. So, I mean, I look at it, I give it the first 3 weeks kind of like a naked eye or kind of look at it differently. But We lost to Pittsburgh. We play y'all next, and we got Kansas City Chiefs after that.
A very good chance of starting out.
Very. Now, the schedule after that, you don't play another team that was in the playoffs again, besides Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? So you got a Denver, Colorado. You got Denver on the schedule. I think the Titans on the schedule. So yeah, I'm not really too worried. Again, I kind of get like the first 3 to 4 weeks, you know what I mean, kind of a chance to jail. But 0-3 is very possible. But you know, I think the Eagles can be had. I don't think y'all are what you guys were last year at this time. Saquon Barkley makes a huge difference.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know what the Giants were thinking about letting him get out of there, and then Disney letting him go in division. But what I seen yesterday with Saquon Barkley, man, we might have an MVP type season on his hand. I mean, not yesterday, last Thursday.
Yeah, no. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna turn it over to Eric on the Saquon Barkley because we were just talking about the dumpster fire that is New York Giants. And
what y'all say about Daniel Jones, man? Let me know what y'all think about Daniel Jones and because I like the wide receiver that they drafted. I really do. I like.
I think me and Eric are in agreement. I think it's a great pick, but I'm gonna turn it over to Eric. Because like I said, Barkley, his draft and all that, like this Eric's a big free agent, you know, this and that. I have one comment. If you're not going to re-sign Saquon Barkley, I don't know if I would film it and then put it on HBO for the entire United States to see. I'm just saying. That's me. Eric, yours.
Yeah, that was the absolute dumbest thing that the New York Giants football club could have freaking done was agree to go on Hard Knocks with the assumption in their minds that they're going to let this guy test the open market and then tell him, well, if you really want to be a New York Giant, you're not going to do idiots. Okay. Now, I am not a fan of Daniel Jones whatsoever. And I can tell you right now that I don't have the video ready. I forgot to upload it, but there's a video of a fan that waited 2 hours after the game just to curse out Daniel Jones as he walked by to go to his car. And this dude was unrelentlessly just going after Daniel Jones, who never looked at the fan, kept his head down, and kept on walking. And I'm sorry. I mean, I couldn't do something like that to one of my own players. I couldn't do that. But that is just how badly run of an organization they are. And don't get me wrong, or do you want to tie up money into a running back, or are you going to tie money up into a quarterback? They don't have a quarterback. They didn't have one when they signed him to this deal.
Right.
And the fact that they didn't release this guy, eat the money, and try and go find someone else during free agency or even in the draft. Oh, my God. Like, as a division rival fan, I love that they are a shit show, but I can't help it. I just can't. And, oh, man, it's insane. It's insane. And all those fans for the Giants who were so pissed that, oh my God, we can't believe they let Saquon Barkley walk. And then to turn around and go, oh, well, it's okay. He's going to, after the first game, he'll be done for 4 games. And now they're sitting there eating their words.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I know it's a long season and it's only been 1 game.
He looked good.
But
though. He looked good.
He really did.
He looked good in green. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Out the end of the third. Hand off Barkley. Barkley, look out! Home run! Saquon Barkley has that big playability.
The one thing that I noticed about this team that I loved is A.J. Brown was upset at himself because he knew they got no points off of that drive, but he knew he missed his block and he was mad at himself. Because he knows he could have did more, and that is what plays like that, like as a teammate, you see that.
Oh yeah. You guys, like I said, you guys have a team, man. Watching San Francisco, they kind of look discombobulated a little bit, but of course they don't have the kicker. So, I mean, not the kicker. They don't have CMC, so you can't really judge them off tonight. But definitely, we were talking earlier, me and my father-in-law, and he was asking me like, "Well, who do you rank in the NFC, or how do you rank teams in the NFC?" And I said, right now, just looking at week one, it's kind of a small sample size, but I said Detroit would probably be my first team in the NFC, and I would put you guys, the Eagles, at second. He's an Eagle fan. My wife, the Eagles fan. I put you guys at second, and then third. Depending on how they look. But I was going with San Francisco. So I really have faith in the team that you guys built. Again, it's just your secondary, man. I think like one injury to your secondary, and you probably be in a lot of trouble. So.
Oh yeah,
So-
one injury to our secondary brings Bradbury back into the starting rotation. That's trouble.
And I'm going to bring up another thing about the Giants, and I'm going to mute myself and let you guys go off. Those jerseys. Well,
I asked my boss. She from New York. She from Brooklyn or Bronx or wherever, and I asked her about that, and she was like, "Nah, I haven't found one Giants fan yesterday that kind of like those jerseys. You know what I mean? I don't think they're flying off the shelf. Yeah, they were pretty bad. They played just as bad as they looked. They played just as bad as they looked yesterday. So I can kind of go for it.
So I'm going to go back, and I don't know if I agree with waiting after the game to sit there and listen. You want to boo your team. I don't boo my team, and like I said, me and Eric were at the Eagles-Niners game last year when they absolutely manhandled us. And I don't boo it. I don't believe in it. You want to boo, that's fine. As long as you're not throwing anything. But to wait after and attack this kid, like
I mean, these people probably fed up, man. These people are mad. Chris Dayton had to deal with this for 3 years.
Yeah, but
ownership did this. You should have been cussing out the ownership. That's who you should have been cussing.
Exactly. And my thing is, it's like, so now there's reports going out that like where he comes out of, that is set up for pregame activities where fans can meet players, they can meet former players, and now that might be going away because you want to do that. Like and I get it. Like I absolutely get it. Like I've been blessed, with the exception of like 3 seasons out of the last 15, that we've had good quarterbacks. We haven't had a Daniel Jones situation.
Oh, trust me, that'll frustrate you. Now go from Desmond Ridder to Matt Ryan to Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota. That shit'll kill you.
Oh God, Marcus Mariota! Don't even that dude.
Let me tell you, our quarterback situation was so bad. Arthur Blank said, "Go get me 2." So, I'm just telling you now, like
one's got to work.
Just saying, like not have. So I was talking to having the same conversation with Cowboys fans. If you don't have a quarterback, a lot of them were saying, "Oh no, don't pay Dak. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. He hasn't earned this. He hasn't earned that." And I'm telling you, if you get into that quarterback carousel where you do not have a legitimate starting quarterback, you are going to be so hurt on Sundays. I'm telling you now. I was telling people they ought to pay Dak. They better pay him quick, pay him fast. You can go with Quentin Ewers in the draft or Deion Sanders' son in the draft or Carson Beck. And I'm just like, listen, coming from a Falcons fan who's been there, you don't want to do that, man. Pay your quarterback.
I just so the whole Dak thing, I'm up in the air because all right. So I think he's again. I don't want to say he's overrated, but I still feel like
a little bit.
He's a good quarterback. In my opinion, he still should have won MVP last year. That's just me, and that's coming from an Eagles fan.
Oh, you put him over Lamar?
Absolutely. The only thing Lamar had that Dak didn't, Lamar had one more win, which gave them home field advantage.
I don't have the numbers in front of me. I know Dak had outstanding numbers.
He was ridiculous.
A lot of those numbers and a lot of his numbers career-wise come in garbage time. I mean, that's just being honest. A lot of his stats. I mean, I'm with you. It's still stats. He's still playing defense on the other side. But again,
at the end of the day, it's a regular season award because
True.
what has Lamar done in the playoffs as opposed to?
No, I agree. And Lamar's the same way. Outstanding numbers, but I feel like he does more with less. Whereas Dak had CeeDee Lamb, you've had Zeke over these years in his prime, not now. But I just feel like Dak has had now Dak has to carry this team more because their offensive line was like all pro all across the board at one point, damn near. So they don't have that no more. Now they paid Dak to do something that he's never, to me, in my opinion, really had to do. Like, you got to win games, Dak. You have to. Unless they play like yesterday, where you get a defensive touchdown, you get a special teams touchdown, and you get one offensive touchdown, and you're good. Now, you play like that all the time, then you're going to be tough to beat.
Well,
but that's their MO. They don't play like that.
Well, I'll go real quick. The difference between Dak and Lamar is Lamar's always had a top 10 defense his entire career.
That's true. Dak had a great defense last year, though.
He did.
The year before that, Stephon Diggs led the league in turnovers. And not Stephon Diggs. What's the brother's name? Trayvon Diggs led the league in interceptions. And almost broke the record. I'm just saying, Dak has never lacked on the other side of the ball. I feel like the Cowboys have had more complete teams than Lamar have had. This is my opinion. Lamar just got a wide receiver.
Well, I mean, at one point, Dak Prescott had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I know CeeDee Lamb was younger and he didn't hit the level that he's at now, but he's had teams. He's had teams around him and he hasn't shown up in the playoffs. Like you said earlier, great regular season stats, awesome. I'll never discredit the guy for what he's been able to do during the regular season. And I don't get mad at the money or upset at the money that they gave him because it's the market. It's just how it's going. And guys are going to get this money. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, right now who's probably sitting here regretting one contract that's out there, and this is a guy that I like a lot, but Justin Herbert. I mean, he looks like he's fallen off the face of the earth.
True.
And granted, he's no wide receivers this year, but he didn't look good last year either.
That's true.
Yeah,
no, I agree with you 100%. I give you, I see you, Justin Herbert, and raise you one more. What about your boy in Cleveland? And he got a guaranteed contract.
Hold on. I am going to turn this over to Eric because he's been on top of the salary cap numbers and the hell that they're about to be in.
The next, I believe it's the next 2 years. Deshaun Watson has over $70 million cap hit each of the next 2 years. I think it's 72 and 75. That's ridiculous. And to top it all off, the guy looks like he's washed. And today he got hit with another sexual
lawsuit.
assault.
I saw that. I did saw that earlier today, man. And I don't know. I just look at the play on the field, and I just thank God the Falcons kind of dodged that bullet. But I just don't feel like he's motivated to play. You have a guaranteed contract that's paying you, what, $250, $265, something like that. You're not motivated to play, man. Like, let's be real. Come on.
No.
Every little nagging injury you get, you go into the sideline. You know what I mean? Now your shoulder's hurt, and you talking about they can't play next week because of your shoulder. You haven't really been available for them to play you last year at all. You didn't really have a motivation. You went with the team. I don't know, man. It's just I just don't see Watson has that same motivation as he had with the Texans. He hasn't been the same quarterback since.
He turned into the NFL's Ben Simmons. That's exactly what he did. He turned into the NFL's version of Ben Simmons, except he actually gets on the court or the field and plays. That's the only problem. Like, he'll steal the money and show you how bad he is and say, yeah, thanks, I'm taking your money. While Ben Simmons says, that's okay, I'll take your money and go to Gucci and shop.
But he'll play at LA Fitness, though. LA Fitness king.
That's great.
Did anyone see Drew Bledsoe today?
Nah, what Drew Bledsoe did?
You're gonna play this.
Yeah, let me see.
In Dallas, Parcells made the decision to yank me at halftime of a game and throw Romo in there. Really didn't agree with that one. If you're watching this, Romo, you know this is true. The minute that he became the starter, he became pretty big in his own mind. And he was no longer the curious, inquisitive guy, where that was the difference between him and Tommy. Tommy became the starter. He still was asking all the questions, where all of a sudden Romo was the guy that had all the answers. In Dallas.
Wow.
Wow. And you know what? When you kind of go back and you look at Romo's career, you're like, huh. I can see that because, like I said, he never won anything.
Never.
He's a way better broadcaster than he is quarterback. I would say that.
Yeah.
Way better broadcaster.
Yeah. He literally said, "Move, bitch, get out the way," and he
You're
never
right.
looked back.
And never
He
looked
really
back.
did. He never did. But
What
yeah,
y'all think
no,
about
I mean,
Tom Brady announcing? Let's think about broadcasting. What
Oh,
do you guys?
I don't know, man. I think if you should have listened to the guy talk before he handed him $300 million, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I did not think he was good. I mean, obviously he's got a knowledge for the game. He was talking about Parsons being a maniac, and then, as he's saying that, it's going to lead into a turnover, and then Kendricks intercepts it. Like, listen, the guy knows the game. I don't to me right now, he's not better than Greg Olsen.
No, not at all. Now, I watched some of that game. I watched the first half of it, and I have to admit, he's really learned how to talk on air. He controls his breathing. He's really good with it, but when he gets to his final point, he pauses for 5 seconds and then he finishes what he's going to say. I kept sitting there and I'm like, oh, that's really good. Okay, there it is. And me, when I went to broadcasting school, that was the one thing that they talked about. Try to control your breathing. Try to control the rhythm of basically talking.
I got
and I was like, this dude, it seems like he was just made for public speaking, though.
True.
And
Yeah.
But
He
on
might have been a
national
little nervous.
television,
He might have been a little nervous, maybe.
on national television, no. Now, I used to hear him on the halftime of Monday Night Football driving home from work on Westwood One Radio.
Oh yeah, they play his interview. Yeah.
Yeah. He would do a quick interview going over the games that that of course he wasn't playing in, and I thought, okay, this guy, he's not bad. I loved his insight. He's one of those guys that like you said, he knows the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you right now, if I had to pick who was going to be my color guy between him and Romo, I'm taking Romo. I'm taking Tony.
Yeah, he just got his voice is a little bit easier to listen to, I think. I'm not gonna say Tom Brady didn't. He sounded a little Pat Mahomes-ish, but it was just like he hadn't found his radio voice, and maybe he should be more radio than in front of a camera, says such a podcast. You know what I mean? I think Tom Brady would have a podcast people would listen to. It'd be dope. Him doing color and play-by-play, not really.
Yeah, like the TB12 podcast. That's all. Boom, there it is. His brand's name. There it is. Put him out there with one of those punching bags that he can just hit while he's talking. It comes back, and he could talk to himself all day long.
Right. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. What you got?
I want to bring up two things. One, Saquon, it was his first 3 touchdown game since 2018.
Crazy.
So, and then, what do you think about the Tyreek Hill situation?
So
That's weird.
I was on Twitter. I was on Twitter, just happened to be scrolling, and I was like, "Damn, is this real?" Like I'm looking at the video live. Somebody went live. I'm looking at the live when somebody's like in one of the cars, and I'm like, "Damn, is he on the way to the stadium?" Like the game's already started. Then I'm like, "Wait, he's there playing on the 4:00 window. He is on the way to the game." I'm like, the police had to know who it was. Come on, man, you had.
There's four of them were there. Somebody knows who.
Why would you need a police officer for me speeding down the street?
Unreal.
Somebody better get fired because.
And they put him on administrative leave, so what are we talking about?
Yeah, I saw that. They're like he was immediately put on administrative leave, and I thought, all right. So are you guys admitting something was going on? Now, apparently, there's body cam footage of it
Mhm.
from one of the police
Mhm.
officers. I haven't seen it.
It's on-
I haven't heard any
it's on-
audio from it.
Yeah, I didn't click on it. It's on X. It's floating around. I saw it, but I didn't click on it, so I can't really give
Yeah,
it.
that was the same with me. I saw it, but I didn't have time to look at it. And I don't know, but I did find it hysterical when he scored his touchdown. He put his hands
Oh,
behind his back and was trolling
loved
the
it.
cops.
Loved it.
Ho-
Loved
Hold
it. And you
hold
probably know
on.
a lawsuit's coming. Oh, there
Come
it
on.
is.
There,
See?
Come on.
I mean, like, I don't know. I find that funny. I mean, is
Right.
it wrong? Maybe, but
A
I
little
see the
bit.
humor
No.
in it.
A little bit.
Absolutely not wrong.
A little bit.
No, it's not. He did. Listen, he sped. He had a traffic violation. There was no reason to put that man on the ground, face down, in Miami on that sidewalk. You know how hot that sidewalk is? Come on.
You pulling me out of a $2 million car.
Yeah. Oh my god. I like
So,
the video I saw of it happening, and the fans like, that's Tyreek Hill getting arrested.
And then, like, all the players started coming up, like, yo, dude. And they're like, nah, get back in the car.
Right.
Like,
Come
hold
on,
on.
man.
Like, this. Can you imagine if this is Philadelphia? Like, hold on. I always put this
Oh
photo up.
man. Oh yeah. The fans probably would have jumped out of the car. I'm sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, lucky Philadelphia sports fans are calm, reasonable people. Yeah, right.
Um,
Oh, God.
but yeah, it's so I want to talk that I'm going to show you a picture. I download the video. They called this play a blindside block and a crackback block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it was.
What?
Well, okay.
Who's
So
up high?
he's running.
High.
He's running straight down at your player. Now, do I probably feel someone beside me? Yes, but I mean that's not a clean block, Chris. Come on, man.
That's not a crackback.
He's blocking back toward the original. Back toward the. I'm not going to do this with you.
Here you go. Here's the life of the Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Man. Look,
So
man, y'all know
funny.
y'all got a good team. Y'all know y'all got a good team. Y'all know y'all gonna be there at the end. It's just, can your offensive coordinator get the most out of your offense? That's what the whole question is for you guys. And can your defense keep somebody around 17, 18, under 18, 21 points? You'll win down there every game. With the talent that you have, you should.
Yeah, and that's right. Like I said, it comes down, and I'll tell you another thing that's people. Jalen Hurts was 6 of 7 on the blitz. He had a perfect passer rating.
If you blitz him, he gonna get away from the blitz anyways. You might as well sit in the zone and make him pick you apart. Me personally, and focus on stopping Saquon. If I'm going to beat the Eagles, I can't let Saquon Barkley break off them type of runs that we seen earlier. That can't happen. You got to keep Saquon to around 3 to 4 or 5 yards to carry. If you let him break that big 25-yard run and get in rhythm, you can cancel it. It's over with.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, because then it opens up
Slim Reaper.
It opens up the play action.
You got Brown going across the field that way. You got Reaper coming across the field through the middle, and he's catching everything thrown his way. So it's tough to beat you guys, but I don't think it's impossible. I think you just have to, again, you got to stop Saquon. If you're not going to stop Saquon, it's not going to be possible to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. But if you can stop Saquon, and then don't get me wrong, it's still going to be hard because you still got Brown, Smith. Now y'all got Dotson coming back soon, or Dotson going to be playing?
No, he was there. I think he had more. I think I had more targets than he did.
Yeah, he just got there though, right?
Yeah,
he's an awesome slot guy, man. He's an awesome guy in the slot.
And then we had this underrated this signing at Becton.
Yeah,
some of his plays.
The offensive line definitely played well. Can they be had? Yeah, because the Green Bay Packers were definitely in the backfield. Could they get back there consistently enough to kind of disrupt put it like this: they could get back there on passing plays, but they could do nothing with Saquon, which is backwards. You're going to lose that type of game. So, but that play was that's just AJ Brown, man. You can't. I mean, come on. What we talking?
I was telling whatchamacallit, I was telling Eric that somebody, I don't know if it was on Twitter and Reddit, was complaining about AJ Brown saying he's a goddamn Decepticon. Why is he playing football?
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm still shocked the Titans even offered to trade this man.
They wouldn't pay him, but then they turn around and paid DeAndre Hopkins. It didn't make sense.
And paid Calvin Ridley. What are we talking about?
It just, I don't know. And I tell you, like, for me, like, as much as I love AJ Brown, and as much as I'm a big Devontae guy, like, that dude was clutch towards the end of the game.
He was. I mean, and you can't double both of them. And you can't put 8 and 9 in the box to stop Saquon and then have 2 people on them. So, I mean, you got to pick your poison. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't know which way to go.
Your poison is you have to – if you're going to let anyone kill you, it's got to be Dallas Goedert.
I mean, but he's
so
still capable. Shit, he can play too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna pick your poison, like if you go into a game and you're like, "Oh, I shut down AJ Brown, I shut down Saquon Barkley," yeah, but Dallas Goedert had 6 catches for 170 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, come on, man.
it's a get to play devil's advocate.
True. But again, my defense is not my word going into this game Monday night against you guys. Will there be some plays that they give up? Oh, sure, of course, I'm pretty sure. If George Pickens could take AJ Terrell's lunch, I can imagine what AJ Brown can do single-handedly taking his lunch. But they stopped the run pretty good. They were able to keep Harris under like 60 yards. So if I had to pick my poison, I'm going to make your boy Jalen Hurts beat me with his arm. So if we can stop Saquon, I like the chances. But man, listen, the offensive line played so bad. I just can't imagine what Jalen Carter and thinking. Like they just probably about to eat. They looking at film like, oh man, let me get on the right side. No, they're gonna be fighting to get to our right tackle. Whoever gets to line up over the right tackle, they're gonna be fighting to line up over him. Why? I'm serious. Just being real.
Then what? So then let's go with your prediction. What are you looking at? I know it's hard to pick. You don't want to.
Shit, we ain't scored but 10 damn points. I think the offense will be a little bit more improved, but again, I think the Philadelphia defensive line probably over unless you get Bijan on the outside, which really don't help because Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis can both run. So it ain't like you can run a screen pass or run a screen game that's going to really help you. It's not really like outside runs that are going to help you. Slade will come up and make a tackle. Man, just like my heart says, of course, my team 21-20. My gut, like if I had to really like bet my money, what the Eagles are, 4-point favorite, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Just being honest. I'll take that.
It's being honest.
I mean, just being real. I really expect I can see us going 0-3. And then you got the Saints, and then you got the Carolina Panthers twice within 2 weeks or something like that. So I'm worried a little bit. Of course, those games matter in the end of the year. Like you guys beating Green Bay is huge. The Rams losing to the Lions, that's another huge game when it comes to playoff implications and it comes to tiebreakers. And a lot of people don't think about those type of games now. But if you really expect to be in the race at the end of the year, like look at how last year ended. It went down to the final season. They put the last games that mattered in the late window. I mean, I expect for it to be the same thing this season. And with Baker Mayfield, I can't lie, they look good. So I can't really say we just going to try to go in and just win the division hands down. But Baker Mayfield in the offense, they scored 40 points?
47. Wait, who?
47.
Yeah, they ran all over.
You know what I mean? I don't think Derek Carr is that guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a believer in Derek Carr. I think that was more of an indictment on the Panthers than it was a victory for the Saints. I think the Panthers are really that bad. Like I really do.
Oh yeah, no, I think they're that bad too. I just think I still think they have a good run game.
Who are you talking about? The Panthers?
No, the Saints.
Oh yeah. The Saints are The Saints are formidable. Don't get me wrong, but their defense is their defense is pretty bad. I think Bryce Young is just that bad too, though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, he's not looking good at all. Not at all.
He's 5'11" in cleats. I'm serious. No, I'm serious. No, I'm not joking. He's legitimately 5'11" in cleats. It's gonna be tough to win with a 5'11" quarterback. I'm sorry.
The Jets are getting stomped, by the way.
For real? I thought they jumped out on it. Oh man.
They're losing 23-7.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's see. I'm going up against Breece Hall tonight.
Me too, man.
What's he doing?
He's got the only touchdown.
What's that?
He's got the only touchdown for the Jets.
Great. Well, I was only up by 6 points, and touchdowns are 6 points, so I was done. Yeah, I knew I was.
You're gonna lose by 2 then.
That'd be the worst. That'd be the worst.
He's got 20 yards.
It would have been a closer game if Puka Nacua didn't get hurt last night.
So is he injury prone, or is it too early to label him that? I'm just asking.
It's too early.
Well,
Puka? I think it's too early.
Okay.
Yeah, because
he got hurt in college too. He got hurt in college too his final year. I just want to let y'all know that same knee has been hurt like 3 times in 3 different years.
So I went into last night's game down by like 37, and I had Sam Laporta and I had Cooper Kupp.
Oh, Cooper went off, man.
I ended up winning. He scored me like 45 points.
Yeah, Cooper went off. Cooper killed me. I had a good little lead, and man, Cooper started catching everything.
It was like a 30. Let's see. It was nuts. It was. Whew.
He scored 32 against me in the league that I'm in. You know, different leagues have different multipliers, but yeah, he scored 32 points, and it's a PPR league too. So every catch he got, I was just like a little knife, just turning it.
Cooper Kupp got me 36.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with explaining my league. We're pretty advanced. Well, okay, I'll say it. I can't say it and not say it. But we are a PPR super flex IDP league.
What? Okay, now you got to explain to me super flex.
You start 2 quarterbacks.
You can start 2 quarterbacks. Yep.
Oh shit! You got 200-point games. Easy.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, like right now I'm losing because of Breece Hall. I'm losing 184 to 176.
Oh,
yeah.
So
now my 2 quarterbacks are Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray.
Okay. Kyler had a decent game yesterday at first, right? I think he did.
Yeah, so it's funny because another thing, I love social media. So there are, there are leagues where you have individual players, defensive players, where you get like 2 points for a tackle, something ridiculous. There's a league, I definitely saw it on Reddit, that if your quarterback makes a tackle, it's like an 80-point play. Can you imagine going into Monday Night Football up by 60?
Yeah.
And
you throw an interception and then get
quarterback tackles and you lose by 20? I'd burn your house down.
Oh man,
I can't imagine an 80-point play because your quarterback made a tackle.
You be hoping for a pick just so he can go tackle somebody.
And
right,
we're gonna end the show on this because we're getting to our time. Since Daniel Jones has signed his extension, he's thrown more pick sixes than he has thrown touchdowns to his team.
You talking about stealing with no gun? I mean, robbery with no gun, no mask. I mean, no note. He just walked in the bank, walked in the vault, and walked out. They said nothing to nobody.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh my God. All right. So, obviously you got the Falcons winning 21-20. I'm going to be a little bit more realistic and get a 34-28.
Yeah. So we scored 28 points. Good luck.
All right, fine. 18 points, 34-18.
Yeah, maybe improvement, baby steps. I got you.
What do you got, E?
28-17 Eagles.
Yeah,
It's gonna. It's really like Steve O said. It's really gonna come down to the front four of the Eagles, and if they can get to Kirk Cousins, because he's not mobile, and
he ain't moving worth a damn. Really. Hold on, real quick. What do you guys think about Hassan Reddick? I know he was with you guys and he got traded.
I think it's hilarious.
With the expectation that he would get a new contract, and now he's sitting out games. He lost what, 800,000
for tonight's game.
And the Jets got it. I know. Maybe it's just New York. They're just New York's roster. New York teams are a dumpster fire. Like, how do you trade for a guy and not sign him?
Right. You knew he wanted the contract. That's why he asked for the trade.
Right. Howie's like, nah, I'm good. I did say, though, I did post on Twitter. I was like, I always got the time to do the funniest thing ever and trade for him and then give him like a $2 million raise. Funniest thing ever would be if he traded back for him.
Right. You know Howie will do some shit like that.
He would. And I know it's one game, but Bryce Huff looked like dog shit.
Oh man.
Oh, it was terrible. He was absolutely terrible. Like, that guy just disappeared. He was nowhere to be seen. And that bothers me the most. The most.
Now, I don't know if it had anything to do with that terrible field, but you know.
I don't know. I don't feel like the NFL should be doing these games and you see the field in that type of conditions. Like, I understand you want to get your product out to the world, but I mean, can we really not jeopardize our players' safety for the rest of the season because you guys want to kick off in Brazil or Ireland or Russia or something?
I can't wait. I can't wait for Steelers Falcons in 2 years in Afghanistan.
I won't be in that game.
You're not getting on Qatar Airways? Now you're good.
No, I'm good.
Oh, that is too funny.
So
that is too funny.
Well, give us your spiel when you guys are on your Twitter.
Oh yeah, man, you guys can catch us Sunday mornings, 11:30 a.m. Me and my boy KB. We usually go live on Facebook, Twitter. You got the YouTube channel, Toe2Toe Sports, man. Check us out. Got the handle at the bottom of the screen. We got the X page online. The official page is up and running now. So, yeah, man, you can get at us any way you can. Definitely make sure you guys check us out. And, yeah, man, we have to bring you guys on, man, and get you guys to come on and talk the game with us as well. So
I do have one thing. I'm going to bring up college football. What do you think of Sanders and his comments about his offensive line?
Horrible.
And what do you think? And do you think he can be handled being the number one pick in the NFL?
Nah. Well, him and his daddy said they're going to hijack the draft anyways. There's only 4 or 5 teams that they're willing to go to. So they say they're going to do it like Eli Manning. I personally can't wait to get to April. I can't wait to get to the draft. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Not even Christmas, and you're like, I can't wait for the NFL draft.
Because I feel you got Travis Hunter. You got Travis Hunter and you got Shedeur Sanders, possibly the 1 and 2 picks in the draft, the 2 of the top 3 picks in the draft. And you got Dion who says he's willing to hold the draft hostage, basically. I can't wait, man. It's going to be pure entertainment. It is. It's going to be pure entertainment. This whole season and Dion losing, and, you know, I'm a fan of anybody that's coaching and trying to win. Cool. But the arrogance, me being on the quote-unquote media side, I don't really like how he handled the CBS guy, what was that, 2 weeks ago? When he was like, oh, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not taking no questions for you. It's not personal, but then I'm going to treat it personal. So, you know, I don't know, man. You don't win enough to do what you do. So, that's just my opinion.
I respect it.
Yeah, man.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm talked out right now. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit.
Your wife is appreciative of us.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
All right. Well, thanks, Steve O from Toe2Toe Sports, the original Atlanta 4 for 4, or however many.
You got it.
In Georgia, 7 for 7.
Yes, sir. That's me.
And I'm Chris. And that's Eric. We're signing out.
Are you doing a sign out?
Oh, you are.
I thought you just did it. That was a sign out.